idea of freedom and etc. Now they have their own lifestyle, religion, culture, and all that related to their private things is opposed by the government. The problem in this attitude is society dictating what how we do. And creating mindset inside society that polygamy and other stuff that outside the monogamy ideology is a double thing. Well, it's already decided because nowadays they live in different countries. So we define this notion as how we read society for education like in this debate, I have two arguments to make here. First of all, why education will limit differences in society? Ladies and gentlemen, what is monogamy? Monogamy is staying for only one partner for the rest of their life. And why it limit differences? That characterizes the type of society. The society that have open relationship, LGBT, polygamy, and polygamy, etc. That's the type of society, and that's why, with the different type and different perspective and also different personalities, we cannot blame other type of society. And nowadays, social judgment is not in line with the sense of democratic countries that always uphold all values in society. Why social judgment exists? Because society always believes something that are of their normal condition and different from the usual people. And society never accepts that. Well, government interest is to accommodate all demands of society, even in the different types. Now, going on to my second argument, why social judgment will create worse conditions. Ladies and gentlemen, every people have different types of personalities, and it's related to their personalities and private things. And liberal democratic countries, as I said before, this kind of things is one of the basic rights of every human. When people with different types forces to be to have the normal types in society, and it's really unfair. LGBT. If we first step to have one type of personalities in society, it's not fair. And that's why nowadays we uphold the right of LGBT. And social judgment is helping their empowerment right. And empowerment in society is a part of their life. That's why when there's a bad social judgment upon people, it will create a pressure upon their people. Well, what government is to create welfare and happiness and freedom upon the people itself. We never know how other people's relationship go on and problem that happen inside them. And sometimes social judgment is only seen outside of the relationship itself. In this case, we're not allowed cheating. Moreover, in our side, cheating it can be avoided. Cheating can be avoided more. Because in our side, we're the one who is more open. When polygamy not allowed, like example, when polygamy allowed in society and there are a lot of social judgment in society, the solution of that people usually they prefer cheating. When it's allowed in society, they become open, right? So when they become open, the cheating itself is it can be avoided. And when we have monogamy, and why is it again making the condition become worse? Because when the society taking life from religion, sometimes people become irrational. Why? Because there are some expectation when you wish for your Prince Charming example. Like because you're respect is in your life you only have one people to be part of your relationship. You waiting for your Prince Charming that's so perfect etc. And in this case too, we only give the benefit towards the monogamy society itself. Because when we only give the benefit towards the monogamy society itself. Because we blame the other one. Well, the monogamy itself have the beneficial because the type of person is the one who have the good image towards the society. And so for all this reason, contributions.
This is the demon of society, but not all the demon of society should fulfill because in here the essence of polygamy is hurting. So they can fulfill all the demon of society, And development also said that this is the part of society. Ladies and gentlemen, you can defend it when you not break another right. But here you're hurting someone. That is your mate. So you cannot defend it when you break another right, ladies and gentlemen. And they also said that in the world democracy it's a freedom at all. And have a right to do something. Yeah, it's true, but this is not just liberal democracy. This is a world that is not all of the world liberal democracy. So in liberal democracy, it limits if we not break another right. So even in liberal democracy, if you break another right, you can uphold your right, ladies and gentlemen. So you can no thanks. No, you can do it all you want to do if you bring another right, ladies and gentlemen. And they also said that outside monogamy is a taboo in society. Yeah, that's why it means that they never accepted in society. So that's why we want to erase outside of monogamy. We want to uphold monogamy because in monogamy is not a taboo, so society can accept them, And now let's go to my case. I'm here to explain about that. No thanks. I'm here to explain about first is the essence of marriage itself, and second, the essence of lifestyle. Ladies and gentlemen, let's go to my case. The first is the essence of marriage. The essence of marriage is to love each other with full. So if you regret monogamy and uphold polygamy, means that we break the essence of marriage itself. Why? Because we regret our foe. What foe? Actually, we promise to our mates to faithful each other when we married. So that's why we claim that regrets monogamy. Have the same meaning we break the essence of marriage and of course the essence of love too. The essence of love is to give someone something special like careness. Remember, just someone, So if you regret monogamy and uphold polygamy means that we break the essence of love and the essence of marriage itself, ladies and gentlemen. So that's why we believe that this must should be followed. And now let's go to my second case that is about the essence of lifestyle itself. Ladies and gentlemen, actually the essence of lifestyle is to teach society to have a good behavior. And if you polygamy means that you hurting your mates. So you don't have the good behavior if you hurting someone else, especially your mates. So that's why we want to be helping society to have a good behavior, to have a good lifestyle, and a faithfulness lifestyle. Moreover, if society have a faithfulness lifestyle, the harmony will be created. And the problem in condition modern society will be fixed with this attitude. What problem I mean? we know that in modern society have a bad lifestyle, like to with their gadget until don't care with someone else and then end their marriage. So that's why we want to create harmony based on this argument, and we can fix the problem of modern society based on this argument. And that's why this motion should be taken down if we want to reach our goal. What goal I mean, our goal is to fix the problem in modern society and to fix the problem in modern society, like individualism, like I said before, and create the harmonization inside modern society lifestyle. And before I end my speech, I have a question for the everybody team. After you know that taking down this concept is the best way to reach our goal. So what's your solution to this? Thank you.
The leader of the students starts harmonies and success.
In our first speaker, we have said that even though we support this motion, we limit this motion to cheating itself. In our side, we also don't like the idea of cheating itself because it brings harm towards the society. And we mean that by regret the dictating of lifelong monogamous as a lifestyle itself means that we uphold all preferences of relationship inside the society itself. We see that in the society, the society is hardly accepting the relationship of someone that is not mainstream in their society. For example, open relationship. People see open is still not accustomed to open relationship itself, and they see these people that are in the open relationship itself as bad because they are. It looks like they're cheating, but they're not because it is with consent. So we believe none of their arguments could stand, but. They have been talking about the essence of polygamy is hurting, and polygamy is hurting the actors inside the polygamy itself. But we don't think it's not hurting the actors inside of the polygamy itself. Because first of all, the polygamy is done with consent. When you are married and, for example, the husband wants to marry with another woman, he needs to get the consent from his first wife, from the first wife. And if he doesn't get the consent, he is not able to do the polygamy itself. So we believe that polygamy does not hurt because it is under the consent. And there is already a regulation from the government regarding the polygamy itself. We see that government is upholding. We see that government have a regulation towards this polygamy relationship. We see that they have to uphold all the welfare of all the actors inside the polygamy itself. It doesn't limit to the children of the first wife or the second wife, and they have to give the welfare in fair portion towards the actors inside the polygamy itself. So that argument can stand. And they said that we said polygamy is taboo in society, and they said that they want to uphold it. What do you mean by upholding the polygamy itself? You said in the first argument that you do not like the polygamy itself. Then what do you mean by it? And what do you mean that polygamy is taboo? We see that people who are doing polygamy itself is still not seen as mainstream, and people do not see these people as normal. They still talk about it behind their backs. So when we regret dictating society into lifelong monogamy relationship as a lifestyle, we want to uphold all different types of relationship itself. So their goal is already achieved in the first place in our side. And they were talking about this is a norm and that's been inside the society for a long time and we should not change it, and this is the essence of marriage itself. We see that, well, ladies and gentlemen, we see that in the modern society itself, we see the modern society is a lot of layers. We see that modern when we uphold all values itself, there are different norms that will soon be changed and adopted towards the growth of the society mindset. And we believe that society will always accept the organic changes inside them. And so moving on to my case, and they also said that it is better to stay with one person because it is the essence of marriage itself. And we see that this is not exactly relevant. Why? Because being with one person your whole life doesn't actually being with one person for your whole life doesn't guarantee your happiness itself. It doesn't guarantee that you'll always be able to have a healthy relationship itself without any cheating. Yes.
So do you guarantee that with polygamy, your couple will be get the happiness themselves?
Yes, of course. Because first of all, even if they don't get any happiness, but the government still uphold all types of relationship itself. This is a form from government. This is a form of government's care towards the society itself, so we can uphold the happiness of all types of relationships. Yes,
But there's a minority people inside minority people. There's always have a movement that can be influence minority people to make them more.
exactly. That's what we're trying to uphold here. You know, changes is always accepted in society. So we believe that when we uphold this, we are also accepting changes inside the society, and we're upholding all layers of society itself. Now moving on to my case, so thank you. We believe that by implementing this proposal, we would reduce rational society. We see that in the status quo, people always look up to couples who are long-lasting, and they always have a projection towards their relationship itself. And we see that when in their relationship itself, we see that in 3 months we have to do this, and this is creating irrational projection towards the relationship itself. This is creating hope for themselves that they are able to live that long relationship. But we see that this is leading them to create a concept that is irrational in the first place, and this is leading them to create a concept that is not always able to be done. And we see that this is bad because when they cannot do this projection of the relationship itself, it is creating disappointment in the relationship because it is not going the way they're planning it. This is going to create disappointment in society. This is going to create psychological pain when they break up in the end because they see that this is not according to their plan, and this is creating depression. And by implementing this motion itself, we are giving them safety net because we can reduce the broken hearts and the depression. And when we implement this proposal, we are reducing the psychological pain itself. We are going to reduce it, and we're going to give safety net towards these people itself. So one of these reasons for the proposal.
Irrational people is when you don't have a connection with another people. But what we mean about the connection in here is not always about the relationship, even the love relationship, and moreover, it is the marriage relationship, ladies and gentlemen. We can say that for the very first time, the essence of marriage, even you is the relationship of the couple people, ladies and gentlemen. And even if and when you do it, and when you did the marriage itself, there is such kind of promises that already set aside for the very first time that you would like to be faithful with your couple. And even if the polygamy is accessed and upholding inside of our democracy countries and what the positive side of the state, ladies and gentlemen, means that this kind of promises is not already those that are accepted, ladies and gentlemen. And we can see inside of our status quo, we never be able to guarantee the happiness inside of the polygamy, inside of the polygamy relationship itself, ladies and gentlemen. So it can be, ladies and gentlemen. We can see as the human itself, we cannot be naive, ladies and gentlemen. Even if there is such kind of agreement or even the permission of your first wife and so on and so forth, but you can be able to guarantee the inside of your relationship itself, there will be to feeling in the comfortable, it's a ladies and gentlemen. This kind of thing that this kind of thing means that the right, personal choice, the personal choice that we would like to upload to doing polygamy, like the positive side of the house of the side, positive side of the house said in here cannot be said because what? Because this kind of right already break another right, ladies and gentlemen. This kind of thing that we call hurting another people, like what the first speaker of the negative side of the house already explained. You ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, the positive side of the house already explained to us that basically they can guarantee the happiness inside of the polygamy relationship because there is such kind of the fair security of the giving the welfare and so on and so forth, ladies and gentlemen. So ladies and gentlemen, again and again, you are happy with your couple. It's not the parameter is not always the money, not always about how you got the fulfilling of your welfare, ladies and gentlemen. But you can be able to feeling happy with your couple, even if you get love for your couple, ladies and gentlemen, and even if you know that your couple is faithful with you, ladies and gentlemen. This is the essence. This kind of essence. It will never be fulfilling. It will never be able to fulfill in the polygamy relationship. So, ladies and gentlemen, and the case will not here in here will be standing our argumentation where because in here it's not fair. Even if you allowing another people to do the polygamy, even though you know that this kind of relationship will be able to hurt another people, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, the positive side of the hospitality, the polygamy people is also the part of our society. This is the reason why they would like to upload it. They would like to make them still exist inside of our country, ladies and gentlemen. But we can say, ladies and gentlemen, there is also a lot of the part of the society inside of our country. But there is also a lot of the part of the society that must be erased for our society. So, ladies and gentlemen, why this kind of things should be done, ladies and gentlemen, because this kind of part of society is giving the harm inside of our society, and one of them is the polygamy people itself, ladies and gentlemen. How it can be, ladies and gentlemen, because again and again, this kind of thing already breaking another right, another right of your part of the society to feeling uncomfortable in some ladies and gentlemen, because when you feel such kind of jealousy and so on and so forth, you will get the uncomfortableness inside of your life, ladies and gentlemen. And we can see again and again, this kind of the uncomfortableness itself already creating a lot of bad impact, pushing these people into the bad way, like that, and so on and so forth. And this is the reason why we don't want to this kind of exist in our country, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, I have speaker of the negative side of the house here. Let me give you the one case about how the monogamy will be able to solving the problem inside of the modern society. So, ladies and gentlemen, we can see what is the big problem of the modern society inside of our country is the individualism, especially about the selfishness. So, ladies and gentlemen, we can see the significant effect even if this kind of selfishness still exists inside of our society. It is the very essence of the human, which means the essence of human in here is society people that must become with another people, ladies and gentlemen. But in this kind of case, the essence of polygamy is to only to fulfill the satisfaction of the one side, and sacrificing the comfortableness feeling of another side. So, ladies and gentlemen, and also the secondary effect, even if we still uploading the selfishness itself, is make our society become stubborn, difficult, and also make them unacceptable inside of the society. So, ladies and gentlemen, and finally, the goal of the government to make the harmonization of our modern society will never achieve, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, the sense of the like I have explained to you, the best thing, the essence of polygamy in here is the fulfilling the one side satisfaction with sacrificing another side win, ladies and gentlemen. Because when you do the polygamy, automatically you will sacrifice the comfortableness feeling, love feeling of your couple itself, because you can deny if there is such kind of jealousness feeling inside of your relationship itself, ladies and gentlemen. Moreover, we're talking that this is the limiting that this is into the cheating and so on and so forth. That means that this kind of thing will be more harming because this kind is illegal relationship. There will be able to find a lot of problem in your relationship itself, ladies and gentlemen. And this on this kind of explanation, we believe on how to make the monogamy the lifestyle of our society. We'll be able to solving the problem and the creative harmonization inside the modern society itself, ladies and gentlemen. We continue to focus.
The deputy leader of the opposition starts 7 minutes and 30 seconds.
Next, I let go of the proper memory. Please enter the reaction.
Ladies and gentlemen, until the second speaker, the opposite side of the house still haven't been able to prove to us why the dictation of lifelong monogamy itself is very important for them to uphold. But in our side, we have been able to prove to you why the dictating of lifelong monogamy itself is really bad and harmful for the society. Ladies and gentlemen, standing as the government whip, I need to point out rebuttals. First of all, in the matter of right, they keep saying that by the time we let polygamy and other stuff like that, we will violate other person's right. First of all, right will always be limited by other people's right. Right is always going to be limited, and in the end, you're always going to break someone's right. But even though you break someone's right, you are still able to uphold other person's right in the end. And even if in monogamous lifestyle itself, you also violate other people's rights. You even violate a bigger right of other people. You violate the right of those who want to have an open relationship. You violate the right of those who want to have a monogamy relationship and other stuff like that. You even give an open paradigm that people are able to discriminate, because those who don't follow the monogamous lifestyle itself will always be discriminated by society. Society will always see them as they are different, that they don't follow the norms itself. But the thing with modern society is that they will always have to accept changes. Modern society right now, they are no longer conservative. They are able to accept the changes in society itself. So we believe that the heart of other people's right is more in their side compared to our side. Second, about the essence of happiness itself. The essence of happiness itself is when you are able to feel comfortable with the people around you. Because obviously, when you are having the same person or the same partner for the rest of your life, it doesn't exactly guarantee your happiness for the rest of your life. Even in polygamy itself, as long as you are happy, then it is okay. And in the end, they keep saying that polygamy is only to satisfy one person's side. But we believe in norm, because obviously God already has a regulation where even though you have polygamy, you have to give the same welfare to your other wives or other husbands, and also to your other wives. So that shows that it is fair. And harmonization itself can still exist in polygamy, because harmonization doesn't only exist in monogamous relationship itself. For example, you have a monogamous relationship, for example, and then you feel nerve. Then you feel like you're not that you're done with this person. You're no longer feeling comfortable with this person, and you're no longer happy. That will obviously lead to cheating, right? But you can't exactly find another your partner because you're obviously hiding and it is even illegal. Yes.
We can see the sense of the changed relationship inside our society is a good relationship is not anything to do. Even if you live in it, means that you make the image of the society is getting worse.
No, we don't make that monogamous society become worse because obviously we want to regret this. We want to change the society's mindset that it is okay for a change, that it is okay to accept other kinds of relationships because obviously not only monogamous lifestyle itself is the best for the future. It doesn't always guarantee your happiness in the end. And third, the opposite side can uphold those who are outside of monogamy itself. They can't uphold those who want to have different kinds of relationships because you overgeneralize this, like as if society is always happy when they are married with the same person, and even the essence of marriage itself, it's not only about being loyal to the person. It's not only about being staying with the person for the rest of your life, but your happiness counts. The way you feel with that person, because obviously marriage itself can also be forced, and you don't want that to ever happen. Because obviously, the essence of marriage is for you to be happy with that person. But you keep saying that it is going to break the essence of love. It's going to break the essence of marriage. But of course, it's not going to break the essence of love because the essence of love is where you can be happy with the person you're with, right? But even in monogamy itself, you can't guarantee that you are happy with that person because obviously in a relationship, people sometimes be with this person and then they change, and then they don't feel comfortable, they change, and that is allowed because that happens when monogamous lifestyle is not implemented. But when the time monogamous is implemented, you're with this person and then you feel uncomfortable. You can't change because that's basically what people have created in your mindset. And for this, we also need a model. By the time someone is able to show that having a monogamous lifestyle is also good, that having a monogamous lifestyle is also guarantee your happiness, it can show to the society that monogamous lifestyle is no longer relevant. It is no longer following the changes in society, and it is no longer the most important thing that should be implemented in society. So, ladies and gentlemen, in our side, we are able to uphold every layer of society. We are able to uphold every different kind of relationship in society. We are able to uphold their rights, and we are able to lessen the amount of discrimination in society because the society's judgment itself is really bad and it is going to be affected. And you are able to make sure that the society can have the essence of happiness, that they can have the essence of love, and in the end, monogamous is because in the end, it's not always being faithful or being loyal, but the way you contribute to your partner, the way you are happy with your partner also counts. So for all of these reasons, the government side should be straight.
Of us still worried about the type of society that they should accommodate all type of society. We already accommodated you, but the government, we already accommodated the type of the society by legalizing gay marriage, for the example. We already accommodated lesbian marriage, for the example. But we should not legal polygamy inside of the relationship. Is that right? We already, if gay marriage or if man to man if man each man, they are not put it by gay marriage. Is that right? So that's why we don't want to make a polygamy. We don't want to we don't want to figure out society tactic because it can reverse situation can happen in society and examples. For example, going to my first example, that when they believe that this is that they believe that first we deal with that's so many types of the society, but doesn't mean we should accommodate all the why? Because when the minority is the minority people, there almost a movement that can make there almost is a movement that can
make a situation of society is getting worse. For example, feminism. For example, during the feminism movement, feminism that wants women feminism that women wants to be equal means that can create many problems. Many problem polygamy that woman wants to be polygamy with another man, for example. Or also another example of movement that had the diversity inside of the society that they hate the diversity of society, that the idea of safetyness that already abolished by the proposition is not stable because when they have the diversity in the society, they will demonstrate or they can create more worse situation inside of the minority people inside. For example, second about the judgment, they believe that they worried that if by polygamy can create a more judgment instead of the society. But we believe that the judgment can solve by our proposal. How? Because we don't need a change to be we don't need to change our habitual. Because dictating monogamy can make it get worse because people always hate the minority habitual instead of the minority people. For example, and the third rebuttal is about the third thing I already told you that actually if our monogamy we cannot guarantee the happiness inside of the society, but we can see just a simple solution. If you don't feel happy anymore with your partner, means that you just divorce it or you just leave it, right? Don't be cheating with another person, right? Means that you also destroy. Means that you also be a selfish people for your shared happiness. You also sacrifice your happiness partner, right? Because even that this is under agreement with both of them, but like a second speaker already told you that we don't need about the financial need, but we also need a feeling rest. For example, what means the feeling is rest is that we don't want to be distracted. We want to be your love, full your love without another partner in your life, for example. And also, means that when they said that we also when they said that we upholding the right of the every people, that right always limited by another. Yes, that's true. But yes, that's true. So that's why when you already create a map of goal with your partner, you should be always into one part in your life. What actually is that of monogamy is that little children and now why you go to school for what? Success your school and get a decent job for you to find someone that you want, right? So that's why you fight for your life to get a exact person into your life, but now you want to be straight apart just because you want to get a short partner for your life. This is a bad pattern that happened in their proposal in childhood. So when you get married with one person, you make a vow in front of